Hey, Peter the Moravian Radical here, and this is my first English language podcast, so bear with me, alright? Anyway, this morning I see a headline in Czech news with the name Foreign Minister shocks diplomats by falling asleep at the conference. And I'm like, okay, that could be as good start with my English language podcast as anything, I guess. So here we go. Czech Foreign Minister Karl Schwarzenberg went to a security forum in Belgrade, Serbia, and got on a stage, sat down, and fell asleep pretty much right away. Now, that's not really newsworthy item in Czech media or in Czech politics, because this guy is known to fall asleep. This is somebody who falls asleep in parliament, he falls asleep at press conferences. At least once he fell asleep at a TV debate. Just like that. He's been foreign minister for almost 5 years now. This is his second government that he's part of. And I don't know if he's just old. I guess he's like 90. Let me check. Oh no, I stand corrected. Czech Wikipedia says he's 73. So I guess, he could be the age. He could have some medical condition. I don't know, he won't say. Once he famously, now it's famous explanation. Once he said that he just falls asleep when people talk nonsense. Yeah, that's quite interesting in this, especially in this context. Maybe somebody should tell the people at the security forum that they were just talking nonsense, I guess. And if they want this guy to attend, well, they better make it interesting. They better not talk nonsense, because otherwise he just falls asleep. So maybe he's just arrogant prick. Maybe it has nothing to do with his age, right? But I don't know. Anyway, the Czech media, the Czech news, right? Here in the Czech, we are quite used to him falling asleep. But in foreign countries abroad, it's still unusual. Oh yeah, I guess that's one word to describe it. In Belgrade, they thought it was quite outrageous. It created quite a scandal. The organizer of this conference, a woman named Sonja Licht, she was quite shocked. I guess that's the woman sitting to his right in the picture, and she spent most of the time looking at him, like staring at him in amazement, and thinking like, is this guy really sleeping? Is he gonna come back and join us here at that conference? That didn't really happen. He woke up a few times. And there was like strong applause. He would be like, "Oh, where am I? Clap, yeah." And he would go back to where he finished. So the media writes that it was like more than half an hour, at least half an hour when he was sleeping. Now this guy obviously knows that he falls asleep, so you would think he may hide somewhere back or sit on the edge, or at least a second row. No. He goes on the stage, sits down, first row, and falls asleep. Now they ask him afterwards, the people from press agency Media Facts ask him what just happened. Did he really fall asleep? And he's like, no, I wasn't sleeping. I just closed my eyes. Of course, that's a different thing. I just closed my eyes. And he goes on explaining that he just sat down and those lights were too bright. So he closed his eyes, so the lights would not bother him. But he was listening the whole time. He was just listening. He was there. He listened to everybody. He just closed his eyes for the lights. I mean, I don't know. But I look at this picture and this guy slumped in his chair. Doesn't strike me like somebody who just closed his eyes because the lights were too fucking bright. Yeah, excuse my word, but seriously. They're like bright eyes? No. This guy is obviously sleeping. The thing is, if he would stay awake for more than half an hour, that would be a news in Czech. Minister Schwarzenberg stayed awake for more than half an hour. That would be a real shocker. This doesn't shock anybody. Anyway, so he makes this excuse that he just closes his eyes for the lights. Like, that's better explanation. Like people talk, I just close my eyes. But that's not all. He's not done. He has one more joke. Well, he has a little joke. He likes to do that. And he says, well, if I would really fall asleep, if I would really fall asleep at a security conference, wouldn't it mean that I feel really secure? Oh, of course, Please mercy. And I guess he feels secure about something because he also showed up in bright red socks. The Serbian media know that. It was the first thing that everybody was like, oh, Red Sox, huh? Let's go Red Sox. So, I don't know, bright lights. No, the only bright thing there was his socks. It's interesting that he was the only one who was bothered by the lights. Everybody else managed to have their eyes open. Oh, what a joke. Like I said, this guy is known for falling asleep. And, the last 5 years when he's in high politics, that's just like normal thing now. 3 years ago, 2008, there was a Czech energy drink company that used a picture of him sleeping in a parliament in their campaign. They created this energy drink called Kamikaze, and they put a few billboards all over the country and a few posters, maybe some magazine ads with his image and you wanna stay awake longer? No, stay on your feet longer. Here it is. Stay on your feet longer. Drink Kamikaze. And interesting thing happened. The Czech government went after them and said, you absolutely cannot use this disrespectful picture of him and use it for your ads. That's just big no-no. So in other words, this guy can fall asleep whenever he feels like it. He can be totally disgraced. It can be a complete joke. And that's fine. We're gonna keep him. Obviously they kept him for 5 years now. But don't you dare to make fun of him. And it wasn't just the government, also something called Czech Advertising Standards Council said that the posters breached its ethical code that bars the use of public figures in commercials. Well, first of all, I never heard of this council, and I don't think that there is any organization that watches for the standards in advertising. Anybody who ever saw any Czech media or any Czech commercials, you would not think that they have any standards there. Just nudity and all kinds of crap. And suddenly, no, this is against our standards. Because he's a public figure. Well, he may be, but he's also a public joke. Well, sometimes I just don't understand the people in Czech Republic. Just one more note. Lots of people, according to polls, like 30-40% maybe, think that this guy, Schwarzenberg, would be a great next president of Czech Republic. Because of course, who doesn't want a senile, sleeping beauty for the president? Now the current president, Václav Klaus, maybe you heard of him. He's the guy who just stole a pen while visiting Chile, I think it was. So maybe compared to him, Schwarzenberg would be a step up. But still, can we find somebody else, somebody who can stay awake for more than 10 minutes and doesn't steal pens? No, I guess not. Alright, so that does it for me, and thanks for listening, and good night.